Before we get into the video, guys, if you're new to our channel, I'm your bro Taylor.
And I'm your other bro Ryan. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the big, controversial topic of credit cards. Before we go ahead and jump into the video though, we are going to talk a little bit about beer. You know, money and beer. That's what we do on this channel. And
That's the high life right there, which
yeah,
is also a
exactly, the
beer.
Miller High Life. Oh, at the same time. So I have a Das etched. I can't even try and say that.
Is it
If you
German?
guys want to check this one out, yeah, it's in some other language.
They take their beer
But,
serious.
yeah, you know it's good beer when it's spelled B-I-E-R instead. We'll see how this goes though.
Yeah. And I have a Classic City Lager. It's by Creature Comforts, which is a brewing company a lot of people are familiar with.
Aren't they based in Atlanta actually? Or close to?
I want to say yes. That's what I was thinking.
Maybe even Athens.
Georgia, at least.
Yeah. It's a good little color for a B-I-E-R.
Yeah. I like this one better than their Tropicalia already, so that's good. Okay.
True.
But now we can go ahead and get into the meat of this video, guys. So credit cards, like we said, are very controversial, and they can definitely burn you if you don't know what you're doing. So we're here to give you guys some recommendations, kind of based on what stage you're at, on what credit cards you should get into. A lot of people will be putting out, what's the best credit card every year, because, new credit cards come out all the time. But, let's say you follow Dave Ramsey. He's the guy that's going to say, cut up all your credit cards. Don't use that.
Yeah,
It's like one of the greatest sources of debt in the nation, which is true. It's very dangerous. But a lot of the most,
because too easy.
yeah, the most successful people in the world, a lot of them say that debit cards are like the worst financial tool you can use, and that credit and leveraging your credit is how you build true wealth. So, there's some conflicting views. We're here to give you guys our opinion on what good credit cards there are. Obviously, do your own research, figure out what's best for you and your financial situation. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. So, in general, we've already given the whole Dave Ramsey versus other people's kind of view. In general, we're fans of credit cards. Me and Ryan, we both use them and everything. But not all credit cards are created equal. But some good reasons to get one is credit score is extremely important. It's used to, determine if you're eligible for loans, mortgages, all sorts of stuff. A lot of banks look at your credit before you're able to, make big purchases in life. Yeah. Also, you can get some rewards out of these credit cards, depending on which one there are. There are different rewards, but, some of them have great deals and everything, flyer points or cash back, all sorts of things. There's also just the factor of safety. Credit cards are federally insured. Yeah.
Huge.
It's one of the biggest reasons that a lot of people say you should use it is because it's not really your own money. You're leveraging other people's money. And let's say somebody steals it, they find your credit card information, make $1 million purchase. Your liability is zero. Your money is insured, and you're just going to get that back. So in a way, credit cards can take a lot of stress away from you if you use them correctly and you pay off your balance in time.
Yeah, for sure. I actually came across this recently, where I was doing my budget and I was looking at my credit card history and noticed that these random charges were charged. That was only a couple $100, but I just called up the credit card company. I was like, hey, looks like there's fraudulent activity on my card. So they just reimbursed me the whole couple hundred and immediately sent me a new card within 3 minutes of the phone call. Versus a debit card, you're kind of SOL and you just lost money. And a lot of times if they try and use a lot of it, it's even worse because they have kind of unlimited access to your funds for a little bit.
Yeah. But depending on your situation, guys, our recommendation for what credit card you should get will kind of change, and that's what we're going to go over today. So let's say you're a student and you want to just start out building your credit. Let's say you're in college, you don't have a credit score already and everything. A couple options are to go with something like a Discover It student card or a credit union card. Credit unions are a lot of people's safe go-tos. If they're in your area, they're not always accessible, but they have great rates and everything. They're very safe. But these cards are going to have no annual fees. They are going to be rewards cards. They're not going to, be amazing and pay you like 5% cash back on all your purchases
Yeah.
or anything. But for starting out, just a little bit of cash back here, no credit score being required. It's a great way to start building your credit so you can get to these cards that we're going to talk about later in the video that can get you great rewards and all sorts of things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I myself, as a student, opened up one of these. At the time, I needed a cosigner, but most of the
Yeah.
time, you don't even need a cosigner. That's the purpose of these cards. But usually, the interest rate's reasonable. They're not trying to kill you. They give you a decent little limit. Sometimes they only give you like 200 or 500. But I
Yeah.
know myself with a Discover having no credit score, they still gave me, I think it was like 2,500. I believe the student one also allows you free FICO credit score without any credit hits. They'll constantly update you on your credit score.
Yeah. Discover is good about that kind of thing.
So if you're not a student, but say you just went straight into the job market, or you have bad credit even,
Yeah.
or have a zero credit score, just meaning you never have credit or never had access to credit, you would then want to get a secured card. A lot of companies offer this, but I know Discover offers it.
Yeah.
And we do like Discover as a company typically.
Because not all secured cards are the same.
Yeah, exactly. And so their card is going to be good because you can give them a deposit of, say, $500 or $250, and they're going to give you a quote unquote credit limit with that much. And they're using that money as backing just in case you did fall or you didn't pay your bills. But you're going to pay your bills and build that credit.
Yeah.
And then once you build it, they're going to automatically try and apply you for a regular credit card, increase your limit, and give you your money back.
Yeah. But how he explained it of you, paying and they giving you a line of credit based on what you've just paid. That's what secure cards are. But what kind of separates the Discover It secure card away from the others is there are no annual fees, their rewards. You're going to get like 2% cash back on certain things up to like the first $1,000 you spend, 1% back on everything else. And I believe actually the first year they double or match your cash back. So that first year you're getting a lot of cash back actually, which is a huge benefit.
I love that about them.
Yeah.
That quick 1 year match. You don't know how much you really spend until you're like, wow, I got all this money. That's how much I spent last year.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how quickly things can add up like that. So the Discover It out of the secure cards is just the one we recommend. A lot of people frankly recommend it. It's a very popular card. But let's say you're in a job that has a lot of travel and everything, you might look for another card with some more rewards. The Capital One Venture card is one of our favorites. It's one of the lower annual fee cards. A lot of these high reward cards, they're going to have annual fees. But this one's on the lower end with like $95 a year. They have an introduction bonus of 60,000 miles. If you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months, let's say you're paying for plane tickets and everything, that's not going to be too difficult and everything. There's also two times points on all purchases and 5 times miles on hotels and rental cars. So, they're great rewards.
Which is the killer part.
Oh, yeah.
Because you think about it, and like you said, you spend all that money on the hotel, the rental car, and the travel, the plane ticket, and you basically recoup that money already.
Yeah.
Because you spend all that money to get 5 times the points. So you basically already got the money right there and pays for its own trip. Which is crazy.
Yeah. Now for rewards cards like this one, you are going to have a bit of a credit score already built up. A lot of people say you're going to need at least a 690 credit score. So do keep that in mind. If you have no credit or horrible credit, there's a chance you may not get this type of rewards card and everything. But that's okay. There are other cards on this list that we're going to get into that, are very flexible, like the ones we already mentioned.
Now, if you don't necessarily care about bonuses and getting the intro fees or intro rewards or any of that, you just want a super basic credit card. You just want to build your credit and you want a low interest rate. You want no annual fees, just simple as you can get. We would highly recommend a credit union.
Yeah.
Credit unions, that's just what they're known to do. They're going to be basic. They're going to be simple. They're going to make it easy for you. Usually they'll accept more people, at, say, a slightly lower credit score. You can get usually you can talk to them about raising your interest rate, lowering your interest rate, raising your credit limit. It's like they're just very good about stuff like that. We have one in Georgia that's grown a lot since we started as members.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have me under, I think, 9% or right under 10%. They've raised my limit for me on their own, lowered my interest rate on their own, without me ever asking. But they don't. It's not variable, in terms of they don't change it whenever they want. They only lower interest rates or raise credit limits. They only do beneficial things.
Yeah.
It does get some rewards, but it's nothing huge. Just
Yeah.
a few like
It's not going to
points
pay
here
for
and
your
there.
next vacation to Fiji.
Exactly. It's just simply no annual fees, no big overdraft fees, no big foreign transaction fees.
Yeah.
It's just simple, low interest rate. You don't have to worry about
Yeah.
anything.
If you're looking to
And
not
that's the
get
main
screwed by
card I
your
use
credit
every
card,
day.
this is probably one of your safer bets right here. Is a credit union.
This is the main card I carry around every day.
Mm-hmm.
But I do use a lot of rewards cards, especially if I'm traveling.
Yeah.
But
Because there's so many benefits to
that
it.
would be our recommendation.
For sure.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for a great rewards card that requires a credit history, because just about all of them do, one of the ones we recommend is the Chase Freedom Flex card. There's a $200 sign-up bonus, and you're getting great cash back rates, 5% back on grocery stores and travel, 3% on like dining and drugstores, 1% on everything else. You're just getting good cash back, good, initial bonuses and everything. There's also, for the Chase Freedom Flex card, 0% interest for the first 15 months, which is not offered by just about anybody else. So this is a great opportunity, to just get some cash going without too much, interest and everything for you to worry about. It's just a great incentivizer and a good card all around. But you will need a credit score
And when
for
we're
this.
talking about we're talking about leveraging your credit for your to help you grow and build wealth. In this example, my first thought is going to be this Chase card that you have 0% interest for 15 months. That means you could, if you say flipping a house or a couple of houses, you could load that joker up.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe max it out, and then you could once you flip, get the money back, pay it off, pay all your lenders off, refinance the home, and then do it again multiple times in a row with 0 interest. And then another one, if you are, I try to hold back, but if you are as big on Amazon as we are, in terms of purchases as a customer, this is a great card. The Amazon credit card. You get 5% cash back on all Amazon purchases, which is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like, think about that alone. People shop on Amazon for groceries. So now you're buying groceries, you're buying everything else. You heard bidets are cool now, so you buy a bidet. You buy flooring. You can buy anything from Amazon nowadays.
Yeah.
That alone, again, is beneficial.
For sure. But on top of that, guys, they offer like 2% back on dining, gas, and drugstores, and 1% on everything else. There's no foreign transaction fees, and you're also going to get travel and rental insurance. This is just a great card for, doer and buyer. You're on Amazon a lot, you're traveling and all this stuff. It's a great card to have. Now, this one that we're talking about specifically, that Amazon has 2 cards, the Amazon rewards card and the Amazon Prime rewards card. Most people have a Prime account by now, so that's the one we would obviously recommend. The normal one does have some great benefits as well, but if you have a Prime account, definitely get the Amazon Prime rewards card. It has all the benefits that we just discussed. Another one that is very simple, kind of along the credit union, but just a little bit better cashback rates in some instances, is the City Double Cash Rewards card. There's no annual fees, and it's just a simple 2% cashback on everything. Now, let's say you're not doing a lot of travel, you don't do a lot of Amazon purchases, you're just doing a lot of everyday, shopping, gas, little things here and there for fun, all sorts of stuff. 2%, might be your best odds right there if you're not spending it on these certain things that's offering you these 5% cash back rates. 2%, it builds up over time. So that's just another card we want to throw out there. It may not have all the, great rewards that some of the other ones do, but depending on your kind of financial situation and your, spending style, it could be a great option. Some of the cards we mentioned are a bit niche, like the Amazon card, but, we've given you some great options. We feel like these are all cards we would recommend. Now, it is very important to monitor your credit score. Try and find a way that doesn't, actually damage your credit score, and pay your balance on time or early. That never hurts for sure. And to build your credit quickly, you can always get more than one card. Of course, we do recommend if you're just starting out to start with one because it can be a bit dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But after a while, and you feel like you want another card, be sure or feel free to do that, because the way credit score is calculated, a bunch goes into it, but they're going to look at how often you're paying back your cards on time and everything. And if you have two cards, that's basically like two check marks a month if you're paying back every month.
Yeah.
You can think of it as that way.
And we've recommended on a couple of different channel or videos we've talked about, but download Mint. Basically, they give you your credit score and they constantly refresh it.
Yeah.
And each time they give you your credit score, it's tons of data. So they say if you want the best possible credit score, you're going to want to have a credit utilization of this percentage between 0 and 20. So that's another pro tip is just go download Intuit Mint and link it, all your information, and it'll pull your credit card, credit score, give you a free credit score, and give you detailed information about why yours is high, why yours is low, and how you can improve it.
Yeah. And asking for a credit limit increase improves your utilization rates and everything. That's another thing that goes into calculating your credit score. Let's say you get your first credit card and you have a or max credit of $500 and you spend $50 on gas. You're already at a 10% utilization rate versus you get that bumped up to $5,000, now you're at a much lower utilization rate.
Exactly.
Yeah, 1% utilization rate, and that all goes into calculating what your credit score is. So definitely be sure to monitor everything. You can get multiple credit cards, but be asking for these limit increases and just monitor it. Credit cards are something you do have to pay attention to, guys, because they can get away from you. They get away from most people, frankly.
And it's one of the easiest ways to build credit is credit cards. You don't have to take out a big loan. But it's also one of the quickest ways to lose your butt and go very far into debt is credit cards. So they're a scary thing. It's almost playing with fire. That's why Dave Ramsey hates them. But if you can leverage them and you can be responsible with them and respect yourself when you know yourself that how you're going to use them, you'll thrive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So as always, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. We're obviously going to try to post more content. If you want more up-to-date, relevant, maybe not so much long video format, always follow us on Twitter. TikToks, we do short videos. YouTube Shorts, we do good informative short videos as well. So go follow us on there as well. Check us out and tell your friends about us. We're growing fast.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Oh, we forgot about the beer review.
Oh, yeah. I can slice it in there, however. So now we've gotten to our beer review, guys. Been sipping on it a while, so we have a good taste. I like this one, It's a relatively low percentage, 4.2%. So if you're, looking for something to get you going, this may not be the beer for you, but it has good flavor.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the beer for you.
But
when you
tastes
started
good enough.
That with if you're really trying to get going, I was like, oh, please don't say 4%.
Yeah, 4% is gonna put you on your butt, man. You got to be careful with this.
Yeah. If you're really trying to get wasted, you can buy a case.
Yeah.
And have to drink the whole.
But that's kind of
case.
how lagers are, guys. These light beers, they're typically a lower percentage. But this one does taste, a clean, crisp beer. It's better than some of your cheapy beers. So one I'd somewhat recommend. Maybe. For a lager, I'd rate it pretty high. Overall in beer, though, I might rate 6, 7.
It's not bad. Yeah. This one, it's pretty good. I don't know how you'd say this. Das Etch Graben.
Das Etch Graben beer.
Dude, it's a long title. But it's pretty good. I do enjoy it. It has a good little caramely type flavor and caramely type color. I'm almost finished with it, so not too much to look at. But I don't even know what kind of beer this is. Just beer, maybe? I really don't know. Other than it being German.
Just beer.
I have no idea. Like, it doesn't give me anything. So, yeah, well, it does, but just not in my language of English. But
Sure.
Yeah, so this is pretty good. I would give it probably a 6.5. And if you guys want us to provide more detail on the beer, we could get a lot more complex. We'd love to do it, but
Oh
it'd
yeah.
lengthen our videos, and who knows? I don't know if you guys would like that, but maybe we'll give it a run in the next video and
Yeah.
see if you guys like that
Maybe we'll
better.
make an exclusive
And be
videos
like,
about the two bros and a beer,
oh, that'd be
little
cool. Two
brewmaster.
bros and a beer. We just try beers. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Like we said, guys, be sure to give us any videos you guys want to see. We're gonna get into some new stuff pretty soon, like NFTs and everything. We've been buying in, doing our research and everything. So we're gonna get into a lot of topics that we want to cover. So, but be sure to leave a comment about if there's anything you want to see specifically.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks.